Yes, $29 a month for companies of any size, month to month. No hidden fees, cancel anytime. Get a month of Bambi for just $1. Go to Bambi.com and type Patriot under radio to schedule your first call with an HR manager right now. Go to BAMBEE.com, Patriot Radio. Power's out, silence falls. Every second counts. When disaster strikes, chaos spreads fast. The difference between surviving and scrambling is being prepared and staying discreet. The Patriot Power Generator 2500X for 4 Patriots gives you that edge. Fume-free, silent, reliable solar power to run your fridge, freezer, lights, and even medical devices, all without drawing unwanted attention. And right now, for a limited time, you'll get an $800 solar Go fridge absolutely free. Whether sheltering in place or packing up fast, this is power you can count on to keep your food, drinks, and medicine cold without ever needing ice. But act fast, there's only 2,500 available, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Guys, good. Hop on over to Rumble, please.
That's the number 4, Patriots.com. Claim your free solar Go
fridge, but I need Rumble watch time.
Free solar panels. Stay powered, stay prepared. Don't wait until it's too late. Channel 145 and on the Sirius XM app.
Oh my God, really? That fucking sucks, dude. Those truck alternators ain't cheap either. Why, it's not charging?
Solid as a rock. Honest, truthful. This is the Sean Hannity Show. 9:25 now till the top of the hour, 800-941-SEAN, if you want to be a part of the program. You know, taking control of your personal safety, the safety of your family has never been more important. Look, there's a lot of evil in this world, a lot of violence in this world, and in light of the insanity of defund, dismantle, no bail laws, and
you can do it on your browser. You don't have to do the app, and then you can just log in with your Gmail account. It's pretty simple.
That's why you need to protect yourself. But when people ask,
that fucking sucks, man.
What weapon do you think?
I appreciate it, Angel. If you could, I need a couple more unique chattas.
Because that's how I learned how I became a pistol marksman as a kid, because my parents made sure I learned safety and proper handling of a firearm when I was young. Now, this is where our friends at 6 Hour come in.
Yeah, I know they've been doing a lot of taking things apart and stuff. That'd be a good thing to check to make sure those wires are snug.
Premier facilities for firearm self-defense training and education, whether you're a beginner just learning about firearms or an experienced shooter.
Well, it seems silly, but sometimes it's the easiest thing.
Seasoned law enforcement, military professionals. I will say this.
I hope it is something simple.
You know, around firearms. I can tell you
for your case.
Range, or you meet people that are believe in the Second Amendment, firearm enthusiasts, gun enthusiasts, hunters, whatever. I mean, they're the most generous people. If you're ever learning or having, an issue, they all want to help you, and they will take the time to help you. And Big Sour is dedicated to this, and that's why they have these courses taught by law enforcement, military professionals. You can also, by the way, at the 6 Hour Academy, you can train in jiu-jitsu with courses.
I know, man. It fucking sucks.
And at their new 6 Hour...
You will persevere, though, brother. I know you will.
I've been doing this now for 15 years. Situational self-defense is what I do. It's a eclectic blend of martial arts. But anyway, you step into the 6 Hour experience where you can explore the flagship retail store, the 6 Hour Museum. You can try their latest products. They have an indoor shooting center, everything you can imagine. And if you want a good pistol to carry and get trained in, definitely get the P365. I'm telling you, it's the one I have. It's great. Anyway, it's in Epping, New Hampshire. Live Free or Die. Yeah. Big Sour Academy, an experience center. You're going to want to check it out. Go to their website. It's one word, 6 Hour.
It's a 24-volt system, right?
That's SIGSAUER Academy.com. This is where Linda's going to go apoplectic. Now, I'm going to start with good news, so you won't go apoplectic immediately. The good news is Matt Towery, Robert Cahaley combined forces, and they pulled Virginia, and they polled New Jersey. They have the gubernatorial race in the state of New Jersey, a 1-point race. These are not polling companies that I don't trust. These are the pollsters that I trust. They nailed 2016, 2020. They nailed 2024. So many of these pollsters just...
So it is doing some charging, though? Just not as much as it's supposed to?
I pay attention to Matt Towery, Robert Cahaley, Insider Advantage, and Trafalgar. I pay attention to Rasmussen. I pay attention to John McLaughlin. I don't know. Atlas does very well, but they only show up like out of nowhere. Nobody knows who they are. I have no idea who they are. But anyway, so it's a 1-point race in New Jersey. What does that mean if you live in the state of New Jersey? It means that...
Hey, Kay, thank you very much. Just say hi in chat there. I appreciate it.
Get rid of the idiotic policies of Phil Murphy and not elect this fraud, Mikey Sherrill, who is now given multiple answers as to why she wasn't allowed to
You're the best.
for class at the Naval Academy. First,
say hi in the chat.
I didn't rat out my friends. That's why. And then she said, I told investigators everything I knew. Well, it can't be both. So she's lying. And then she can't answer the question about $7 million. I made $7 million. I have to look into that. I have no idea how I made $7 million. And
you're the best.
Then all the
everybody else should be moving on over.
New Jersey, one of the highest tax states in the country, and she won't commit to not raising taxes. Like, okay, be dumb, because that's dumb.
Are you still over there? Because I'm about to send you
I'm sick and tired of it in New Jersey.
A free membership.
This is not a slam dunk. It's all going to come down to turnout. All I'm doing is disseminating information. I am giving you a realistic scenario that this is a winnable election.
Yeah, there's lots of possibilities.
That is my
I hope it is the cheapest one.
Now, on to the Commonwealth of Virginia. You have Winsome Sears. And Winsome Sears, eight pollsters, Matt Towery, Robert Cahaley, that race is now within 2 points. There was a period where Abigail Spanberger, and by the way, she's running into major issues. Number one, because she can't answer a question. And she just ducks.
You're welcome.
And weaves and,
you may have to
and just mumbles
verify your account.
We get, Kamala word salads out of her.
Through your email.
She's got major problems.
Or within the settings to actually receive it or use it. Yeah, thank you. Perfect.
Of course, I had 2 bullets, and I had 3 people. Pol Pot, killing fields, Cambodia, or Hitler, Holocaust, or the Speaker of the House in House of Delegates. I'd use both bullets on him, then go after his family. Okay, that's a little sick. And as his opponent, Mayara said last night, and we had him on TV after the debate, I watched both debates last night. And Linda, did you watch both of them? Or I know you've got other stuff going on. But
I watched a lot of the highlight reel from the stuff out of Virginia, but I watched Curtis and the other 2.
All right, so I watched both of them. And I can tell you that, I don't know who the name of the moderator, I have no idea who it is in Virginia. That was great. Did a great job, tight ship. Okay, you have 2 minutes to answer. You need to give people 2 minutes to answer so they can finish a freaking thought. It's unbelievable. And then you get to, this New York debate. You got Andrew Cuomo. You got Curtis Sliwa, who I'm supporting for mayor, who's going to join us later. And you got, Zoran. He didn't like it when Curtis mispronounced his name. It's Zoran. Zoran. All right, okay. Just calm down. Not the word. Curtis didn't do it maliciously. He said, my apologies. Anyway, so, and I'm going to play some of the highlights of this in a minute. And you have 4 moderators in this debate.
And this is kind of how it went. It's like, Andrew person's trying to finish this, and then the next person jumps in. Wait, you invoked my name. I get to do it. Okay, we'll get to that later. But no. That's the rule. You then And wait, I want to respond now. Then the third candidate wants to respond, and they're arguing with.
Thank you, Jody.
It was an unmitigated disaster. It was a ridiculous time frame for answering questions. They didn't let the candidates have any discussion amongst themselves. I hate that because it basically joint press conferences at that point. It frustrated me also that I felt like they were really giving short shrift to Curtis Lee.
Look at the plug. I need everything.
That was the only televised hour, on NBC.
I mean, just to see what's doing the heavy draw,
And
I get it though.
I'm giving people hope in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
I had an extra inverter.
You got all these government employees in Northern Virginia. 90+% of them are Democrats. That are part of the D.C. bureaucracy. They've ruined the state of Virginia. I mean, as great a candidate as Glenn Youngkin was, he didn't win by a massive margin when he became governor. And, there were a lot of issues at the time. Now, the same issues face Abigail Spanberger on this issue of in women's locker rooms and men playing women's sports. It's, her unwillingness to condemn, the AG candidate. Now, in that very same poll, Miaris, the current Attorney General, Republican Attorney General, is leading by 5. And I hope that helps Winsome Sears. I think Winsome Sears would be an outstanding governor for Virginia. Outstanding governor. It's both of these are very hard states. When you go to New York City, and this is what Linda's gonna hate. And as much as I want Curtis to win, put Curtis on radio today.
That could be something as simple as that. I sure hope it is.
I want CurtisNYC.com to win every day of the week. However, I don't like our odds. And I'm saying this, I'm never going to be Pollyannish with my audience. I just think New York City is so far gone, and so many people have left that would otherwise never go for this insanity and this madness of Marxist Tommy Mamdani that we find ourselves in this current position. It
doesn't increase.
Absolutely terrible. And you hate when I say that. You want to be.
Is that something they can check with a voltmeter, though?
I want Curtis to win, but right now the odds are against him. I don't like that the odds are against him. I wish the odds were with him. I wish the polling was better. But when it's double digits, all these years I've been doing shows. I talk to candidates. The candidates, I ask them, and he goes, no, Sean, don't believe the polls. Like it says you're down 13. Yeah, no. You should see my crowd size. I'm like, roll my eyes. Crowd size.
Yeah, maybe if the cables are brittle, just manipulating them could break some of the strands inside the bundle.
Mamdani, the biggest problem with Mamdani is he's doing something that's like straight out of the Democrat.
I missed this panel.
Let's promise them everything.
I was watching Angry Vet go off in AJOT's chat.
Tuesday, when you were at the Trump Freedom Movement, and he made a really good point, and I looked into it. Mamdani keeps saying that he can give everybody free.
He just doesn't understand the tyranny in Toledo.
How are you going to do that? He said, well, we're just going to raise taxes to $9 billion. And, this is how we're going to be able to afford free health care and free bus rides. I'm like, first of all, you have absolutely no authority to do that. The people that actually govern the MTA, it's an entire board. It's 23 seats. 4 of them go to the mayor. The rest of that goes to the governor.
Yeah, it'll tell you if it's actually putting out more than what the gauge is reading as well. It could be even the gauge.
You can't raise taxes.
The wires to the gauge.
If
some of
people don't know that, but the moderators.
I'm pretty sure they can do that at.
I get it. It's just moderating.
like any auto parts store or something like that, they can check that for free. I don't know if they'll do it to trucks, though.
Because that's an utter lie, and you have no authority to do that.
Or semis.
I think it's the job of the other candidate.
Of course, you take it to a mechanic, they're going to tell you it needs to be replaced.
No, because they're going to think the candidate is talking trash. That's the problem.
No, well, but you have to let the debate breathe. Remember, I started the debate with DeSantis and Newsom, and I said, guys, let's work.
That's something that I have run into.
You interjected, and you had cards, and you had boards, and you had.
I've actually replaced the battery before, and just because the cables were so brittle, a bunch of the copper fibers inside, because it's not solid copper, it's bundles, just by manipulating it broke a bunch of them loose.
And cannot deliver on it. People are like, well, that's okay.
Yeah, I understand.
That phony smile of his. By the way,
oh, please.
Let's talk to Peter. Peter, what do you think? Peter, New York. What's up, Peter? How are you?
Hey, Sean, how are you? Good to talk to you. Yeah, so my big issue is, are they polling Republicans in the mayor's race? Because almost 30%.
That's true.
Against that in 2021, right? Now, you got all this.
Hey, John.
This time around, a lot more people know. How is he polling 15?
Hop over on Rumble if you could and just say hi. I appreciate it.
Let's put it this way.
If you have the ability to.
The problem is the polling affects a lot of things.
I need 4 more unique chatters.
It affects the way people vote. People could be swinging a vote because they say, "Oh wow, Curtis can't win," right?
So where I'm going to first is I'm just going to drop off a laptop, and then I have to open up my laptop and electronically terminate somebody while I'm there. I'm actually going to park in a spot where you can actually see the termination happening while I'm inside.
Think of the men that built. There's a great series on the history show. The men that built JP Morgan. You think of that quintessentially New York. You know where there's more employees for JP Morgan Chase today? In Texas, not on Wall Street. I live in Florida. My free state.
Thanks,
Wall
bud.
Street South is right here. And if Mamdani gets in, they're all going to pack up their offices.
I think if you do, I think I set it up to where if you do like exclamation point Rumble, it'll drop that.
Tennessee, Carolinas, and they get out. That's what's going to
Giving
happen.
Larato.
Now, for the sake of my friends that remain there, I don't want that for them. I really don't. It would probably benefit my property.
Well, I'll have to do it.
It's not about me.
I just happen to be at the facility where the ops manager is going to be terminating somebody.
Listen, all of us want to save money.
So I have to.
You can save money, not sacrifice service.
They're going to do it there
Crazy not to.
after the person gets off work.
This is such a great company.
But I got to remove them from email and shut off all their access while I'm inside. So I'm only going to be inside for about 5 minutes at the most, probably. Thanks, Vinny. You've already been in chat, so I appreciate you. But yeah. So are you waiting on a load, or I wasn't able to jump in this morning. I was really trying to get a lot of work done this morning. We just switched over to a new call rollover center.
It's not a bad deal. Anyway, you're also supporting and creating American jobs, supporting American businesses. And if you're a small business owner, you don't know customer service, you make the switch with your talk. Anyway, make the switch. It's simple.
I normally park right at the door. I think I'm going to park it in a spot where you'll be able to see them coming out the door, because he's gonna follow them out when he leaves at 4 o'clock and do it then. Yeah, I'm only about a mile away, mile and a half from the exit. Just talk out here.
A lot of times you have to choose between something high quality.
This freaking guy here.
Something that saves you money.
Doesn't know how fast he wants to go. He's heading back to Indiana.
When it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare, you get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But
It's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. We know this from research and members. There's a lot they like about MetaShare, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And MetaShare works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton. I like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 844-57-BIBLE. That's 844-57-BIBLE. 844-57-BIBLE. Battling psoriasis or eczema? Don't suffer another minute.
I know he was talking about his case, his Massachusetts case as well. I don't know if he had an appearance he did via video or not, but I missed that too. Like I said, I hardly watched any social media today. So do Michiganders.
Are you looking to get into commercial real estate but not sure where to start? Well, you're not alone. For most investors, institutional grade real estate can be hard to access. At 1031 Crowdfunding, we were changing that by providing a premium marketplace of Delaware statutory trust at your fingertips. DSTs are professionally managed real estate portfolios that grant investors access to high barrier sectors like senior housing. Every day, 10,000 Americans turn 65. You don't want to miss your window to invest in one of the fastest growing sectors in real estate.
It's November.
With over $3.4 billion in total transactions and $550 million in senior housing, we've built a platform backed by experience. Create your free account to start investing at 1031crowdfunding.com/SiriusXM. That's the number 1031crowdfunding.com/SiriusXM.
1031 Crowdfunding is not a broker-dealer. Securities offered through Capulet LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investments involve risk and are not suitable for all investors.
Yeah. They sound a lot like Canadians in northern Wisconsin's cheeseheads. See ya to the UPA.
The Byron Nelson collection features timeless high-performance apparel made for anyone who loves modern comfort and classic style. From polos to pullovers, good, feel good, maybe even play better with Byron Nelson apparel. Sold at Fine Gold Show Station 1 and online at ByronNelsonGolf.com.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. There's too many cars parked here. There are too many spots open. It'll look sus. I'll park right in front of the door, though. Might be able to catch it there.
That is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. All right, I'm just going to leave you guys on, though. I'll be right back. I'll leave the radio on.
Covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free tow, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-619-6488. That's 800-619-6488. What do you have to lose? Call 800-619-6488. Again, 800-619-6488. This is Sirius XM Patriots, Channel 125.
All right, we have a lot to get to when we come back. We will check in the next hour. Curtis Sliwa will be our guest. Also, there is a Democrat that's speaking out against lawlessness of the Democratic Party.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Slater.
Guys, fall is here, and so are the all-new styles from Untucked. We make the world's best untucked shirts, and this season's new arrivals are some of our best yet. From soft brush flannels to easy wrinkle-free cotton, every shirt is designed to keep you sharp and comfortable, whether you're layering up for work, weekends, or nights out. Special discounts for first-time customers, so shop now. Get the new arrivals today at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
145-mile-an-hour winds, a 12-foot storm surge, total devastation. I'll never forget Hurricane Frederick. Nearly everything within 200 yards of the Alabama coast, gone. Weeks without power, the smell of food rotting in the streets. If it happened once, it can happen again. That's why the Patriot Powered Generator 2500X from 4 Patriots is a crucial part of my hurricane preparedness plan. It's solar powered, fume free, and quiet enough to keep you safe, while powerful enough to run your fridge, freezer, even medical devices. And right now, you'll get an $800 solar Go Fridge absolutely free to keep your food and medicine cold without ever needing ice. Whether sheltering in place or packing up fast, this is power you can count on. But hurry, only 2,500 bundles exist. When they're gone, they're gone. Go to 4patriots.com. That's the number 4patriots.com to prepare for the panic.
This is Patriot, the rule of law.
Despite the Democrat shutdown of our government, our law enforcement officers are out there working without paychecks, round the clock to keep America safe.
Conservative principles live here. Sirius XM Patriot, Channel 125.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. With the government shutdown now into day 17, Democrats still calling on President Trump to get more involved in the negotiations.
Let's sit down in good faith to reopen the government, to stand by our hardworking federal employees.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson continues to hold Senate Majority Leader Democrat Chuck Schumer responsible for deliberately prolonging the shutdown.
He gave an impassioned speech on the Senate floor. He urged his colleagues to stand with him and fight against President Trump. The fight is absurd. Senator, you've been in office for 44 years. You've been in Congress longer than that, but you've been in Congress for 44 years, and everybody clearly understands what's going on. You're holding the entire country hostage to protect your own political career. I mean, no one can deny that.
President Trump seems to be backing away from the idea of selling those long-range missiles to Ukraine for its war against Russia. Here's White House correspondent Greg Clutson.
Ukrainian President Zelensky used a White House visit to request Tomahawk missiles from the U.S., but President Trump sounded hesitant.
It's not easy for us to give. You're talking about massive numbers of very powerful weapons.
Zelensky told the president that the Gaza peace deal could carry over to the Russia-Ukraine war.
You did it, and I think this is momentum to finish Russia's war against Ukraine.
Before the Zelensky meeting, Donald Trump announced he would soon meet with Russia's Vladimir Putin in Hungary. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The U.S. has seized survivors after a strike on a suspected drug vessel in the Caribbean. It's the first time that's happened since President Trump began launching those deadly attacks in the region this summer. The price of gold surging amid global uncertainty. The precious metal topped $4,300 an ounce for the first time today. The going price for New York closed at the record high of $4,326 per troy ounce. More of these stories at townhall.com.
They say timing is everything in the gold and silver markets, and it's true. Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. Although you can buy at the right time, if you buy the wrong coins, you may not make a profit. When gold was $400 an ounce, many people were talked into buying high-grade old gold and silver collector's coins. Unfortunately, most of the people who bought these so-called semi-numismatic coins, like the $20 St. Gaudens and Liberty Head gold coins, have not broken even on their investment. Incredible, given that gold has risen approximately 525% since then. So while timing is everything, if you buy the wrong coins, the timing simply doesn't matter. Having a dealer who cares about positioning you in the right types of coins or bullion will mean more to your portfolio than anything else. That's why I deal with Nick Rovich and AmFed Coin and Bullion. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. Or go to AmericanFederal.com. AmericanFederal.com.
A young Republican group in New York has been suspended over offensive exchange with their national federation.
New York's Republican State Committee has suspended a young Republican organization following the release of a group chat that included jokes about rape and flippant commentary on gas chambers. New York's Republican Committee says its leaders voted unanimously to suspend the authorization of the New York State Young Republicans to operate at a statewide level. The chat messages have drawn heavy criticism from both Republicans and Democrats. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Prince Andrew says he's giving up his royal title of the Duke of York after his friendship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein returned to the headlines. The younger brother of King Charles III said he and the royal family decided the continued accusations are a distraction for the royal family. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contract and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Do you own a 2005 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all? With the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering a low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save you thousands off costly vehicle repairs. Get your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage are included. For your free quote, call 800-290-1583. 800-290-1583.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need. Disclaimer: an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. Still get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-420-2255. That's 800-420-2255. Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Republicans shut the government down. Then they ran out of town. And for the last 3 weeks, they're nowhere to be found.
It's criminal. And people will die because of what they're doing. I can't laugh about that. I'm sorry. That's f***ed up. No.
Let me jump in on this one. This is what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. You have a country that is falling apart.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song.
The new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America.
All right, thanks, Scott Shannon. Hour 2, Sean Hannity Show, 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. It is remarkable to me, and it is sad, it is pathetic, it is unconscionable. And I said this about the Democratic Party, that after they wouldn't stand for the family of Blake and Riley at the joint session speech, and I said, and they wouldn't stand for the family of Jocelyn Nungaray, little 12-year-old girl brutally raped and murdered in Houston, Texas, and they wouldn't stand for a young man that had just beaten cancer, is 12 years old, had it for 4 years, and became a Secret Service agent. I said, this is a party that has lost its heart, its soul, and its conscience. I mean, how do you not stand? How do you put politics above families that lost loved ones? What they don't like is it is a reminder to America that the 12 to 20 million unvetted Biden-Harris Mayorkas illegals have included known terrorists and murderers, rapists, and other violent criminals and murder and cartel members and gang members and drug dealers. And they're not making our city safe and secure. You can't pursue happiness. It's a prerequisite that you have law and order and safety and security. That's why you put your trust in government. How's defund, dismantle, no bail, reimagine, sending the social workers working out for you? How's your educational system? In blue states and cities, run by Democrats for decades. They have failed spectacularly. And then in comes Donald Trump, and he's like, okay, the dying's got to stop. Or if they are threatening ICE agents, like in Portland, I couldn't believe in Chicago, they had to put a fence up outside of a ICE facility. And when they put that fence up, then in comes Jay Pritzker and takes it down. Are you out of your mind? And he's just been lashing out like a madman against everybody in the administration.
All right. Sorry, guys. Later, Jody.
People who serve for the president.
I missed you. All right. I need to send a message on this phone that I'm streaming on, so it's going to blink me out for a second. So just give me a second, guys.
He should know that, it may be 3 years from now that he is held accountable, but make sure, I think it's important for them to know that whatever they do now, it's not like we're going to forget, and it's not like we don't have a record of what they're doing.
Pretty remarkable to me. And then say, hey, all of you people that are trying to save lives, you better be careful, because when Democrats get back in power, we're coming after you. The Biden administration, how often do they tell us that the border is secure and the border is closed? Here's a reminder.
That sounds to most folks like a crisis. Well, look, it's way down now. We've now got control. Precisely that. The border is closed. Nor could I have been clearer, and continue to be so, which is the border is closed.
The United States will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border.
The border, we are working to make the border more secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for
everyone,
including ours and our administration. Do you agree that the border is secure?
Where are the cartel members? I saw that picture, that meme. I was like, there's my thumbnail. Doing a little doom scrolling last night and saw it. Yeah, cartel members are in Boston.
And then, Democrats, they sit idly by. No Democrats pointed out, no, the border's wide.
I gotta snooze some cameras real quick, and then we'll get rolling.
We can't call out our own party and say, hey man, this is dumb and not good. And it's sad because they give in to the radicals.
Well, apparently there's a couple of them survived the last one, so that's what they're saying.
All they do is go after Tom Homan, the doxing ICE agents, putting their lives in jeopardy. They're taking down fences because that are protecting ICE agents. They're telling ICE agents you got to take your mask off, although obviously constitutionally jurisdiction lies with the federal government because of the supremacy clause. But there are a couple of Democrats that, thank God,
heartbreak detected,
and can see the truth. They're not blinded by party loyalty. And one is
we're getting busy. We've been doing remote busy. Now we're doing driving around busy. So I got to do two things. I got to drop something off at UPS in Perrysburg, and then I got to drop off some urine.
Your analysis of this.
You're exactly right. The Democratic Party has lost its way, lost its purpose, and is completely enamored now, not just with criminality, but with their own self-fulfilling Trump arrangement syndrome. We have
opportunities to work together, and yet we are fighting our own American law enforcement that is enforcing the laws that Congress passed when it comes to immigration. They are doing the job that should have been done for.
Then we may do some dashing. We'll see. Oh no, I got to go. No, then I got to go to Costco. Can't do some dashing. I can't dash with it. Cold milk. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
However, of the Democratic Party radicals and professional protesters to now stand and try to harm and injure ICE agents doing their job, trying to go after the worst of the worst, trying to convince cities like Chicago, New York, and others that we should be working together in strategic, surgical ways, and being rejected and rebuffed at every turn. It's madness, and I think that we have an opportunity to work with the president to do something that we haven't seen in 40 years, which is it's a reset, work with the president, and then both parties need to commit themselves to not just moving forward, but moving forward in a way that ensures that we have proper enforcement and adherence to the law so that we don't have millions of individuals coming here illegally.
Why does it keep reconnecting back to the... All right, we got to get another road. It may disconnect when I pull away from the building just because for some reason the Wi-Fi connected to the building and it won't stay disconnected. So we'll reconnect and get it going again.
Taking out Iran's nuclear site. The idea of radical Islamic terrorists that chant death to America, death to Israel, having nuclear weapons does not exactly make for a safer world. It's common sense. They absolutely condemn the president on every aspect of law and order.
I'm gonna cut through the little hospital circle here just because this stop sign's impossible to make a left turn during this time of day.
John Fetterman supports Israel. So gave praise to the president because of the hostage release and the potential for peace in the Middle East, which we haven't seen in God knows how long. And it's frustrating to me, and I would imagine that you probably experienced the same thing. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong at all, Sean. Even in my own city of Chicago, anytime that I mention that we need to work with our federal partners, I say that we have to find ways to have common sense solutions.
So I got a left turn light.
That include working with the Trump administration. Not an hour will go by that I'm not called a traitor to my country, traitor to my people, traitor to my city, that I'm a MAGA, a closet MAGA. And the fact of the matter is that I put country above all else. It's faith, it's country, and family. And so many in the Democratic Party are just obsessed with having the fight, that they lose sight of what they're fighting for. And
your party, I don't think I'm wrong in saying many in your party, and I won't speak so broadly, many, and I would argue the majority in terms of leadership have lost their heart and soul, and I don't understand it. How do you not stand for the family of Lake and Riley? How do you not stand for the family of Jocelyn Montgomery? You can't put petty partisan politics aside for 20 seconds and honor, families that lost loved ones?
No, you're exactly right, and it's shameful when you look at this is the kind of role models that we're showing to younger generations of voters, people who want to be aspiring leaders in our country and who might be associating with the Democratic Party, see that refusal to honor our heroes, to honor victims of violence, to honor cancer survivors. That's a sickness. That's a true sickness in the Democratic Party, and sadly, those loud voices make up the small minority of the electorate, the Democratic Party electorate, but oftentimes take center stage because people give them the most amount of time and attention simply because they're the loudest, craziest voice in the room.
4,000 people in your state dead. Nobody, I bet most people in your state can't mention their names. They don't know their names. I know one, for example, Deano Caldwell, a friend of mine, who lost his innocent brother in a senseless shooting. I know others because we've covered it for so many years. For so many years, I'd scroll the names of the people shot and killed, and nobody seemed to care. And Pritzker's, yelling at Donald Trump for trying to save lives in Chicago. How do the people of Chicago feel about it? If I'm in Chicago, I'm going to love your hot dogs. I never thought I'd like deep dish pizza, but I do. But I would want my city safe. I would want my children safe. I remember the case of that
little girl that was killed in her grandmother's backyard. I couldn't believe that story. You know, well, where's the breaking point here when people realize these Democrats don't care about us? They're not restoring law and order.
Well, I think we're seeing some of that now, Sean, when we hear people who are wondering why we have leaders like Johnson, leaders like Pritzker, who are constantly telling us to resist, to fight back, to push to rebuff the invasion of the Trump militarization in our city, and yet hear crickets louder than gunshots when it comes to those individuals who are shot, killed, and victimized in the city of Chicago every day, every weekend, like clockwork. The irony was when Donald Trump said that he wanted to send in the National Guard and Pritzker and Johnson both said our city safe, we don't need resources. I believe it was a holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And we had 57 people shot that weekend, 9 people killed. And you're right, not one single mention of any of the victims, least of all the ones that were killed by the two top leaders of Illinois Democratic.
But you want to know what it is? If they can't weaponize the killing, and they can't police,
I think it is.
they can't blame Republicans or Donald Trump or trying
I can see your chat.
then why would we want to know the people's names that are shot and killed? I thought every life mattered. My Christian faith teaches me that God created every man, woman, and child in this country.
Yep. And one would think that should matter. And for all of those fake Christians and fake religious elected officials up here in the city of Chicago, their outrage is like their faith of a faith. They pick and choose what they want, when they want, and how they want it, as opposed to the unilateral acceptance that if you believe in the sanctity of life, then you should be fighting for even those lives in our communities that are being gunned down, taken from us every single day.
Just my regular phone, not my streaming phone, kept disconnecting from the car. I was like, what the fuck, man?
One of the few Democrats to speak out against these.
UPS, Perrysburg.
Violence and shootings and death in that city, or on the other side, and which I give a
that is a big flag.
His debate with Comrade Marxist Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo, and much more coming up as we continue.
It's connected now, so my Waze is connected and stuff. Check something.
Is it just me? Or has watching television gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch but can never find, and don't get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully, there's Fiverr, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love, MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it, plus everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They better access the HBO Max basic with ads plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part, there are no contracts, no surprise fees, and just one low price. Your DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. That's a total game changer. So I could lock in the best price around. Philo is the easiest decision I've ever made. Now the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next. If you're one of the million
Credit card security, putting your personal
back.
data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits.
Back over on Rumble, Eggsy.
Do it. Tell senators, say no to the mega stores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
You've worked hard your whole life, but when it comes to investing, the market can feel like a full-time job. The charts, the timing, the second guessing.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
That same question: am I doing the right thing? That's where True Trade changes everything. True Trade's automated trading system takes the emotion out of the market.
Well, you have the right to resist an unlawful arrest. I'd love to see him resist. Really turn it into something.
And here's the best part. When you download the True Trade app and sign up, they'll guarantee to fund each of your trading accounts.
That'll pretty much easily be called an insurrection then.
No service fees for 12 months. That means you can start earning without risking your own savings. And finally,
it's actually not a bad signal area. I don't know why it drops off there sometimes.
And secure your $50,000 in funding. Download the True Trade app today on iOS and Android, or go to TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. True Trade, where technology earns for you. On the day of the fire, I had left that morning to fly to Boston. I left my 16-year-old son here by himself. And it was while he was gone that the fire started. The smoke detector in his room was tied into the alarm.com system. So when he came back from the airport, fire trucks were already here at the cul-de-sac. They opened up the front door and immediately they smelled the smoke. They got there so fast because of the system notified them. It saved the rest of my house. And my 3 dogs were in there. It automatically shut off my HVAC upstairs and shut off the vents. And it helped keep the smoke damage being minimal. I'm extremely grateful for my alarm.com system. It saved my house, it saved my dogs. I don't know where we would be without it. It saved everything that day.
Alarm.com is exclusively available through local service providers. Connect with a pro at alarm.com today to protect your family, your home, and your business.
I actually have it. I was trying to decide between that one and the Pritzker.
Kidney Cup is here to help.
What's the name of the mayor there? Them together.
Calcium oxalate crystal growth by
cool little thumbnail.
Yes, 99%. Don't wait. Start taking Kidney Cup Calcium Oxalate Protector today. That's Kidney Cup, C-O-P, Kidney Cup. Order today at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCup.com. That's Amazon, Walmart, or KidneyCup.com.
We continue now with Alderman Raymond Lopez of Chicago, one of the few Democrats to speak out against the madness of shootings and murder and death and destruction of Chicago and the leadership of Baby Pritzker and Brendan Johnson. Alderman, you are a voice of reason. It's not a fair question, but I have to ask it. You ever consider changing parties?
No, my party gives me an excuse almost every reason why I should leave every week. So they become harder and harder to associate with, truly. But I think that the Democratic Party needs beacons of sanity, like Fetterman, like myself and others, to remind people that this is what we talk about, what we fight for, what the party should be fighting for. And sometimes you need a reminder of that. And just like recently, like I reached out to President Trump to discuss solutions for the undocumented and for the Venezuelans. You know, you have to be willing to show that we can still work together without disagreeing with each other. We can disagree without being disagreeable and work together. We have to show that to the people.
Back.
But, you know, not a day goes by, Sean, that I don't.
Like we were never gone.
If I'm living in the upside down world.
You know, it's like I never left.
Just be a beacon of light, and you know what? Let these people, go crazy.
I was there, but then I was gone. Now I'm back.
New York and Chicago. I don't know why. I mean, I just feel like it doesn't matter how bad the leadership is; they keep getting reelected. It's unbelievable. Alderman Raymond Lopez, Chicago. You're a shining light in a sea of darkness out there, and these lives deserve to be protected and saved. And I wish you well, and if we could ever help you, please let us know.
Thank you, Shark.
800-941. Curtis Sliwa, hot off his debate with the
we got one more warden.
Donnie will join us. The worst moderated debate in history. It was awful. Anyway, we'll get to Curtis in a minute. Listen, we did have good news in Israel. The hostages are released. There has been some, Hamas is streets to intimidate people, and things are a little tenuous. The president said either they abide by the deal or they're going to be obliterated and wiped out. But in the meantime, the people of Israel now are in the process of trying to recover what has really been, decades of nonstop, a barrage of rockets being fired into their country, and terror tunnels, and death, and misery, and then culminating on October 7th. And so many tens and tens of thousands of Israelis displaced. They need all the humanitarian
what channel?
that you can provide. They need food and water and shelter and clothing and medicines. They need it all. And the International Fellowship of Christians in 40 years. And they are solving big problems that face the people in Israel. And I got to tell you something, they're doing amazing work. And, day after day, they are on the ground.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Nutritious
fuck you and your rocks.
Comfort the poorest of the poor.
TTL.
And provide other needs.
You know what it says on the back of his
And whatever you can do to help them in this mission, as they have been fighting for the very survival, is so greatly needed and appreciated. Please go to their website, ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org today.
I don't see any chips, man. Fuck.
With a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering a low-cost vehicle coverage plan.
Book spots. It's hard to tell if one was a chip.
Get your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the
got all the way up to fucking 70 degrees today, man. We're already heading back down.
Call 800-290-1583. 800-290-1583.
Car says 73, but that ain't right.
House stealing. It's a nightmare.
Probably 73 in the car.
It's the FBI's
71.
Stealing your home's title and
Defiance.
Just one big document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your.
Nope, there's another one. God damn it! I gotta get out from behind this motherfucker here.
To a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to
rocks are fucking crazy.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into.
What the hell's that?
It's a great
post,
crime, and it's happening all the time. So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out.
It could be either one of these trucks, I guess.
Use promo code radio.
We could probably work for the same company.
Of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code radio.
Paving, oh yeah, it's this one. Paving and excavating.
It's out of nowhere. Stroke. And super hard, obviously. Family, but my dad had life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I. This is why I have life insurance for my family, my wife, and 4 kids. The best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. Because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood tests, just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 million of coverage for $2 a day. That's a 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoker. We don't like to talk about death in our culture, but everyone's going to die. You're going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary below monthly. Ethos.com/Slater.
Hi, I'm Joe Pearl with JoePearl.com. We know many of you are searching for just that right pre-owned luxury vehicle. That's why I want to tell you about JoePearl.com. At JoePearl.com,
he's hauling ass. At least he's getting up far enough to where the rocks aren't going to affect me much. I'm doing over the speed limit, and he's fucking pulling away hard on me.
JoePerillo.com. That's Joe Perillo, Perillo, or dial 312 BMW 1111. That's 312 BMW 1111. 312 BMW 1111.
Are you looking to get into commercial real estate but not sure where to start? Well, you're not alone. For most investors, institutional grade real estate can be hard to access. At 1031 Crowdfunding, we are changing that by providing a premium marketplace of Delaware statutory trust at your fingertips. DSTs are professionally managed real estate portfolios that grant investors access to high barrier sectors like senior housing. Every day, 10,000 Americans turn 65. You don't want to miss your window to the fastest growing sectors in real estate. With over $3.4 billion in total transactions and $550 million in senior housing, we've built a platform backed by.
I've seen it, yeah.
Create your free account to start investing at 1031.
I mean, you'll never be able to get one of them to pay for anything, so.
That's the number 10.
Even though I have it on dash cam and on live stream.
1031 Funding is not a broker dealer. Securities offered through Capulet LLC. Member FINRA.
That's just fucked up, man.
Investments involve risk and are not suitable for all investors. Please consult your financial or tax advisor.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle.
Not having a good day.
You can post your job in some job.
I guess Mitty's not having a good day either. He thinks his alternator's acting up.
You should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
Is he still streaming? I know he was in my chat earlier.
It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/muse. That's ZipRecruiter.com/muse. ZipRecruiter.com/muse.
This is Sirius XM Patriot Channel 125. When news breaks, you get the inside story that no one else has, and the behind-the-scenes chatter that the mainstream media doesn't even know about. This is the Sean Hannity Show. 9:25 to the top of the hour. Our toll-free telephone number is 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Look, this is a dangerous world. There's a lot of evil. Everybody needs a home security system. The question is, what is the right one for you and your family? Now, many systems are reactive. Oh, you might get a call from your security company saying, oh, somebody just broke into your house. Meanwhile, you're upstairs in your house. That's a reactive system. That's a little too late as far as I'm concerned. The beauty of Simply Safe Home Security, they've been with us now over a decade. There's a reason millions and millions and millions of Americans like Simply Safe. They keep advancing their technology. They have Active Guard.
She's doing good. She's actually working from home today. I'm surprised. She was getting ready to take a nap when I left, though.
Simply Safe's
She got up early for her
agents. The second somebody steps on your property, and here's
work from home day.
Before they get near a door or window,
the dogs
they can
losing their minds this morning.
You, sir, in the Yankees hat.
But she's feeling good. We get to babysit the grandbabies tomorrow night up in Ann Arbor, so we're gonna head up there. Oh shit! I was just wondering too, man. Oh, is there a home game tomorrow?
You don't need to be confronting intruders by yourself.
Fuck.
It's kind of like having
Look.
your own personal security guard stationed right outside your home for about $1 a day. That's all it costs. You got to protect your home, your family.
No, it's at noon though, so it'll be done, cleared out before we head up there. Washington and Michigan tomorrow.
Off a brand new system when you go to simplysafe.com.
Oh, dogs are always being cuckoo.
At simplysafe.com/Hannity. And there's a reason. There's no safe like Simply Safe. As I said at the top of the program today, I've never been more frustrated in my entire life. I've watched many political debates. I've watched many horrible moderators in my life. I really have. And
I've never been more frustrated than watching the New York City mayoral debate last night. It's like, okay, you have women. Wait, 1 minute up. You're 1 minute up. Wait a minute. He mentioned me. I want to know. Oh, no. You can't talk right now. No. Even though those are the rules, you can't talk. Okay. We're going to get to the next question. Okay. Well, we'll give you 22 seconds to respond. It was awful. It was so frustrating. When I moderated the debate, I'm not patting myself on my back here. When I moderated the debate with Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis, my governor, I said to them at the top, guys, we're going to let this breathe. Just try to be respectful of each other. Let each other finish their sentences, finish their thought. And we'll, at the end of the day, I'm going to be monitoring the time, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to get as close to equal time as possible, which we successfully pulled off, and it became a real debate. You can't stand the way these debates are, but the moderators think they're the ones that are debating the candidates. It's so frustrating. Anyway, so this is the first and only debate with Zoran, Kami, Marxist Mamdani, and Andrew Cuomo, and the person I'm supporting, Curtis Lewa, will join us in a moment, but took place. We learned something that, Comrade Marxist Mamdani has absolutely no political compass to say he can do anything. That is that phony, fraudulent smile, as David Asman points out, so that Fidel Castro. But he is a Marxist, and he is a communist, and he will destroy New York City. I guarantee this idiocy, he will dismantle, no doubt, all of that, and reimagine the police instead of the social workers. Anyway, he flip-flopped finally on Hamas, and really doesn't answer the question on global intifada, but here's what he said.
Do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all things to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there's peace, and that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you will say that Hamas should lay down their arms and keep leadership in Gaza.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety, and the fact that anything has to abide by international law. That applies to Hamas, that applies to Israel military, that applies to anyone who passes away.
You were asked if Hamas should lay down its weapons, change the peace plan, and ceasefire. And some say they found your answer confusing. You said, quote, I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas in Israel beyond the question of justice, safety, and the fact that anything has to abide by international law. And that applies to Hamas, and that applies to the Israeli military. So for the voters tuning in tonight, Mr. Mamdani, what do you believe about Hamas and how lasting peace will be achieved? We know it's a complicated matter, but we'd like to see your answers from the interview.
Of course, I believe that they should lay down their arms. I'm proud to be one of the first elected officials in the state who called for a ceasefire. And calling for a ceasefire means seizing fire. That means all parties have to cease fire and put down their weapons.
Oh, okay. Hamas is a terrorist organization whose very own charter calls for the destruction of Israel. And this idiot also wants, if Prime Minister Netanyahu, I'm not sure what part of murder, rape, torture, kidnapping, beheading, and hundreds of thousands of rockets fired into Israel this moron doesn't understand. But he refuses to call, Hamas out for who they are, and instead condemns Israel, talks about arresting Bibi Netanyahu, and condemns Israel as an apartheid state, and refuses to say it should remain primarily Jewish. Listen.
I, like many New Yorkers, am hopeful that this ceasefire will hold. I'm hopeful that it is durable. I'm hopeful that it is just. And for it to be just, we also have to ensure that it addresses the conditions that preceded time and again that I recognize Israel's right to exist. I've said that I will not recognize any state. I said that I will not recognize Jewish state. If I would be allowed to finish, that I would not recognize any state's right to exist with a system of hierarchy on the basis of race, of religion.
And then Curtis had many great moments. A lot of talk about the fact that he didn't wear his red beret, and he looked great, in my opinion. I've known Curtis for decades. And anyway, this was maybe one of my favorite moments when he goes after Cuomo and, Comrade Marxist Mamdani at the same time.
Thank God I'm not a professional politician. We have the architect
And we have the apprentice of No Cash Bail, which has been a disaster. We have the architect and the apprentice here of Raise the Age. My own son was almost killed because of that in a gang attack.
Anyway, Curtis Lewa, Republican, New York City mayoral candidate, is with us. I never was more frustrated. First of all, I felt that they were being unfair to you, so that annoyed me. And I mean, the format and the interruptions by the moderators was beyond frustrating. It had to be frustrating for you.
No, absolutely. It just made me think of what Charlie Kirk did around the nation by engaging in debates with adversaries, full packed auditoriums, field houses, and yet people all had a say. Everybody had a right to a say. First 10 minutes there, John, I thought that even though I was positioned right in the middle, they didn't see me there. It was like the invisible man. And then I realized I had to get my rearing gear. They weren't going to speak to me. They weren't going to address me. And I had to keep injecting myself into a conversation between two Democrats. One who paved the way for our destruction in New York State, former Governor Andrew Cuomo. And now the guy who wants to put the last nail in the coffin, Zoran Mondale. And that's when I sprung into action. I didn't listen to what the moderator said. They tried to shut me down.
It's been hard to follow, man.
Unfortunately, I had to make sure that I could be heard because I'm the only Republican candidate in this election, the only one talking about cutting taxes, making it more affordable, trying to keep people here, move, don't move. And all they were saying was they were just following the same old, raise taxes, and then obviously cater to small constituencies that have led to New York City falling into the abyss. So I had to paint myself as Rudy Giuliani 2.0. He just came out 2 weeks ago and supported me wholeheartedly because then the audience could understand, yeah, this is the law and order candidate, and these are the guys who want to turn the criminals loose in the streets. I mean, Sean, I say it all the time. We have become a city where we lock up toothpaste and we don't lock up criminals. And I'm going to change all that on day one, January 1st, 2026, when I get sworn in as the next mayor of the city of New York.
Well, this guy also revealed himself as a flip-flopper and lying about issues involving Israel. But, I think one of the biggest issues facing New York City is the issue of policing. And when he's describing sending in the social workers and reimagining the police and then actually making the claim.
Yeah, but he never will, unfortunately. He deserves it.
Let me read one ex-post after another by Zoran Kami Marxist Mondani. Quote, 1, defund the police. 2, defund it, dismantle it, end the cycle of violence. 3, defund the police, build a socialist New York. 4, queer liberation means defund the police. 5, defund and dismantle. 6, in New York City, 99% of office holders are Democrats, yet they refuse to defund cops who murder with impunity. 7, no, we want to defund the police. 8, we need to defund the police. 9, defund the NYPD. 10, what we need is defund the NYPD. By the way, you can thank Elon Musk for that research. I mean, this guy is a disaster. It's already not safe in New York City right now, Curtis.
It doesn't matter.
And because you live in the suburbs.
There's enough pro-Palestine people there in New York that he'll still get elected. Cuomo doesn't have a chance.
I have to have armed security because of all the threats against my wife Nancy, who's been such a major part of this campaign. And actually for myself, first time, as you know, I survived the hit from John Gotti Sr. to John Gotti Jr. and the Gambino crime family. And
go from resigning as the governor to trying to become the mayor.
When I recovered, I never had armed security. Now, unfortunately, I have to have armed security. But there came that moment in the debate where Zoran Mondale wasn't just acting like a robot. Every answer is affordability. But he said, I'm looking at a program in Eugene, Oregon, where they take care of the emotionally disturbed. And I erupted and I said, Zoran Mondale, you've never been in Eugene, Oregon. I have. Are you out of your mind? This is New York City. You're going to compare what they do in Eugene, Oregon to here? And he fumbled and stumbled. He had no answers. But you see, what he's doing is riding the wave of affordability, in which he won a Democratic primary against the odds. Andrew Cuomo was was already measuring the traits in Gracie Mansion. He let the Democrats down. He didn't campaign. He wasn't aggressive. He didn't take this guy on. And he's acknowledged you a day late. And I would suggest that for last night's debate, John, he's got no gas left in the tank. He should just roll over, go back to the Hamptons, leave it to me in the last 3 weeks to take on Johan Mondani, because we are both opposite in all points of view, and I've got the energy. I've got the programs that can counteract Johan in an neighborhood where he did very well in the Democratic primary to defeat Andrew Cuomo.
Quick break, right back with Republican New York City mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa is with us. We'll get to your calls coming up as well today on this Friday. 800-941-SEAN is our number if you want to be a part of the program. The final hour of the Sean Hannity Show is up next. Hang on for Sean's Conservative Solutions.
Jesus.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need. Just a quick question. Does it encrypt your online traffic the same as NordVPN? No, but it protects your device. Just pop that CD in and you're good to go. But it will stop your internet service provider and other snoopers from monitoring you online, right? Oh, no, not really. It won't stop online snoopers or block annoying ads. In fact, forget what I said at the beginning of this ad. This ad is now about NordVPN. I just realized that an antivirus is only half protection online. So get better online protection with NordVPN. It will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get NordVPN with 77% off and enjoy 3 extra months. Yeah! If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Fees and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, it's going to get warm here tomorrow, too, with storms. We need the rain badly, though. I'm down.
Power's out, silence falls. Every second counts. When disaster strikes, chaos spreads fast. The difference between surviving and scrambling is being prepared and staying discreet. Patriot Power Generator 2500X or Patriot gives you that edge. Green-free, silent, reliable solar power to run your fridge, freezer, lights, and even medical devices, all without drawing unwanted attention. And right now, for a limited time, you'll get an $800 solar Go fridge absolutely free. Whether sheltering in place or packing up fast, this is power you can count on to keep your food, drinks, and medicine cold without ever needing ice. But act fast. There's only 2,500 available.
Yeah, those fall tornadoes can be scary, man.
Go to ForPatriots.com.
All right, I'm going to let you in, dude. You better speed up.
Free solar Go fridge, plus 2 free solar panels. Stay powered, stay prepared. Don't wait until it's too late.
If you're considering a 1031 or looking for high-yield tax-sheltered income starting at 8% without any of the hassles of management, you should consider Icon's new student housing and multifamily properties or the diversified Icon America Fund. Icon offers fully stabilized 1031 DST properties with in-place cash flow starting at 8%. Icon then adds immediate value-add improvements like washer dryer, covered parking, pickleball courts to drive rental growth. We've paid out over $150 million.
Start tomorrow. Good luck, brother.
18 years to thousands of investors. By eliminating broker-dealer commissions, Icon saves you 10% in fees. Properties coming in near the University of Utah and multifamily in Florida, Ohio, Georgia, and Tennessee get completely out of all the hassles of management. Call 800-580-1031, 800-580-1031, or icon1031.com. Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely. This is Sirius XM Patriot, Channel 125.
I could have just pulled in front of people here that are zooming up on the left, but I ain't a dick like that.
For the sake of you, our mutual friend Mark Simone, or the city of New York, or other friends of mine in New York City, I don't want this city to become, to disintegrate. Under this guy implementing his stated policies, it is a predictable but mitigated disaster. And this is the choice people in New York City have. What do you say? Your closing argument?
This will result in a sequel to Kurt Russell's Escape from New York. So everybody listening, in all the locations where they followed you for years and they've heard me before and you've been so kind to let me a microphone. If you have no other reason to want me to be mayor of New York City, when you live here, can vote, or you can support the others from somewhere else, I will keep people here. If there is an escape from New York City,
They got two things they got to drop off at UPS, and we're going to backtrack to Costco here.
You do not want New Yorkers coming into your areas because you have a lot of these values of the what I call the Zoroastrians, democratic socialists of America.
They're not allowed in my free state of Florida unless they abandon their crazy views that they left behind. They don't get to roam two cities at once.
But you see, that's what the intention is. Win in New York City and then roll into other major municipal areas, especially north of the Mason-Dixon line, and put the flag of socialism, the Bernie Sanders flag of socialism.
Listen, Curtis, if people want to get in touch with you, I know you're fighting a good fight. We are hoping and praying that you can pull this out. I know you're up against all odds here with registration so favoring Democrats. How do they get in touch with you?
NYC.com. That's NYC.com. And help me save New York City. Because if we can't save New York City, they're coming to a city near you, and then you're going to have to adopt this same philosophy of if we don't move, because they'll think that they can take over York City too.
All right, great job last night, Curtis Lever, Rockford, All-American from Brooklyn, New York. We appreciate you being with us, sir.
Appreciate your technical answers, what you're
800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the
That's
program.
interesting.
Look, all the promises of Obamacare, they all were, fake.
They use those machines, the floor machines.
Keep your doctor. Millions lost their doctor. Keep your plan. Millions lost their plan. Average family saved $2,500 a year. Well, average family now paying about 300+% more. And almost over 40% of the country has one Obamacare exchange option. I warn you, don't trust the promises of socialism, big government, cradle to grave, home to the tomb. It's never going to work. But I do have some good news on the healthcare front. There is a great company, great people. I spent hours with them. From the great state of Texas, God bless Texas, they have had enough. They've come up with a solution that I think is so good that it is now the official health plan of our show. It's called East Coast.
Oh, you thought you
It's better. And you need to investigate this, find out for yourself, and you'll see the difference. It is comprehensive coverage for you and your family. No deductibles, no co-pays, no restrictions on who can get it or what doctors you can see.
slow down to a fucking crawl while people go by on our right at fucking gazillion miles an hour.
And you get great coverage, great support.
I need to get over.
Also, it's a great cause. They were big fans of Turning Point and Charlie Kirk, and 100% of their profits this year is going to Turning Point. So you're supporting a good cause too. You owe it to yourself and your family to look into a viable, affordable option for health care that works for you and your family. Call them now, toll free 888-EASE-123. 888-EASE-123. They're on the web. It's EASCFOR everyone, one word, E's for
Zamboni waxers.
Sean. And
That's what they are.
It's time. It's time. Just get out of the government healthcare system. It's a disaster.
Look at this fucking exit traffic here. Holy crap. Am I going to make it in time?
Are you looking to get into commercial real estate but not sure where to start? Well, you're not alone. For most investors, institutional-grade real estate can be hard to access. At 1031 Crowdfunding, we are changing that by providing a
they don't close till 7. All right, cool.
Statutory trust at your fingertips. DSTs are professionally managed real estate portfolios that grant investors access to high-barrier sectors like senior housing. Every day, 10,000 Americans turn 65. You don't want to miss your window to invest in one of the fastest-growing sectors in real estate. With over $3.4 billion in total transactions and 500.
Well, for you, it's 5 o'clock here.
We built a platform backed by experience. Create your free account to start investing at 1031crowdfunding.com/SiriusXM. That's the number.
Rush hour starts around 3 o'clock here. Doesn't end till 6.
1031 Crowdfunding is not a broker-dealer. Securities offered through Capulet LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Are not suitable for all investors. Please consult your.
Get you a vape, man, so you don't at least don't smell like it if you're sneaking it.
Your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience.
Maybe that'll help you cut down.
Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes.
I've had to work at a couple places where I
steps from every call,
couldn't.
so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/patriot and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/patriot. QUO.com.
Most of the manufacturing plants around here are done at 3 o'clock.
The core values that built this country: freedom,
they get off at 3.
Risk taking.
But then a bunch of them stagger up until 5. So yeah, usually 3 to 6.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. As we head into another weekend with the federal government still shut down, House Speaker Mike Johnson is very concerned no end is in sight due to Democrats in the Senate. On the Salem Media News program this week on Capitol Hill with Tony Perkins, the Louisiana Republican says this is a very dark day for federal workers.
Certainly for federal employees.
Hard every 2 weeks, it's not bad.
And people like our troops and our Border Patrol officers and TSA agents and
almost just below a pack a day.
Because the Democrats in the Senate have now voted for the 11th time to keep the government closed and to add insult to injury. Yesterday, they voted to.
I stopped just because of the cost. I love smoking cigarettes, but
absolutely outrageous to us.
Speaker Johnson's full interview will be broadcast on this week.
Yeah, it's one of the many Bob Evans around here.
At 10 a.m. Eastern on the Salem News Channel.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. That's why I still vape. It's
Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House and seemed hesitant in selling Kyiv long-range.
And my wife quit for a year before I did. And, I mean, she wouldn't give me shit about it, but she would mention every day how much better she felt. Oh yeah, what is it, bud?
The U.S. leader added he was optimistic the war would soon end, mitigating Ukraine's need for the powerful weapon.
All right.
John Bolton has pleaded not guilty in the Justice Department.
Good, because I'm about to run into UPS here. Hopefully, somebody pulls out in front of me here. This is dangerous.
Before a judge in the third Justice Department case brought in recent weeks against an adversary of President Trump.
$50 a carton. Ooh, that. That's like $5 a pack. That's what I generally pay because I smoke the cheap ones, the Maverick menthols.
Ancient conflict recorded in the Bible. The nation of Israel is a resurrected nation. So what if there was going to be a resurrection of another people, an enemy people of Israel. Ganesh D'Souza's new film, The Dragon's Prophecy, offers new wonders.
Fucking cop parking their fucking
radical Islam. We came back to Orlando, it was largely barren and empty.
handicap parking. You believe that shit, man? Look at this motherfucker. Tell me he ain't a cop, or he might have bought a.
But gold has increased.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
In the past 2 years. So if you think stuffing money under your mattress is your retirement plan,
all right, fine. I'll just take the spot next to you.
When you call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD, we'll send you a free gold kit that explains how rolling over your IRA.
It used to be a cop car. I think it's a repurposed. Still got the push bar and everything.
Preserve your sanity. When's the last time you ever heard someone say?
All right, let me read it before I run in.
Always consult with your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
AI technology.
Oh, yeah, the corrosion.
Cybersecurity threats to the U.S. We hear more on this developing story.
Oh, it's loose, too?
Correspondent Ed Donahue.
Oh, yeah.
New research from Microsoft says the AI attacks are coming from Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. The amount created online has more than doubled since last year, and it's increased more than 10 times since 2 years ago.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta ship off 2 things real quick. I'll be right back.
Senior government officials. The report says the U.S. is the top target for cyber attacks, and U.S. companies and organizations are getting by with outdated cyber defenses. Russia, China, and Iran have denied they use cyber operations for espionage, disruption, and disinformation. Ed Donahue, Washington.
News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters.
Coverage varies by plan. View contract and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Do you own a 2005 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all? With the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering a low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save you thousands off costly vehicle repairs. Get your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage are included. For your free quote, call 800-290-1583. 800-290-1583.
Guys, fall is here, and so are the all-new styles from UNTUCKit. We make the world's best untucked shirts, and this season's new arrivals are some of our best yet. From soft brushed flannels to easy wrinkle-free cotton, every shirt is designed to keep you sharp and comfortable, whether you're layering up for work, weekends, or nights out. Special discounts for first-time customers, so shop now. Get the new arrivals today at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores. UNTUCKit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-420-2255. That's 800-420-2255.
Hey, y'all, this is Jason Aldean. You know I'm all about supporting what matters to us, our families, our freedoms, and our country. That's why I made the switch to Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. Patriot Mobile, you're getting top quality service on the same great networks. And every bill helps support our veterans and defend our freedoms. It's time to put your dollars where it counts. Join me in switching to Patriot Mobile today.
Go to patriotmobile.com and use code SXM76 for a free month, or call 833-239-3075.
Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be dying, higher than a tail under. And if you want a little bang and you're getting your come along.
House Republicans shut the government down. Then they ran out of town. And for the last 3 weeks, they're nowhere to be found.
It's criminal. And people will die because of what they're doing. I can't laugh about that. I'm sorry. That's up. No.
Let me jump in on this one. This is
what we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about. A country that is falling apart.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. The new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold-inspired solutions for America. Coming up next, our final news roundup and information overload hour.
All right, news roundup and information overload hour. Here is our toll-free telephone number. If you want to be a part of the program, it's 800-941-SEAN. If you want to join us. So around the country this weekend, in towns and cities, at least I've read the number 2,500. There are going to be what they're calling the No Kings rallies that are going on. And the progressive watchdog group called Public Citizens say their No Kings demonstrations are meant to defend democracy. I mean, it's like a broken record. It really worked so well for them in the 2024 election, didn't it? In terms of, a threat to democracy. Now we're learning because of the deep state, everything we had spent years and years and years and years on this program, on peeling every layer of every onion, on peeling that the real threat to democracy was a deep state that was putting cinder blocks on the scales of presidential elections. I'll save that for another day. But so all these demonstrations are going on. As a public service, I will just warn most of you that I would stay away and keep your families away from any location where these rallies are taking place. For a long time, we have supported the Government Accountability Institute. This is Peter Schweitzer's group. If you recall, we did the first interview with Peter way back in the day, and he wrote a book called, it was #1 New York Times bestseller, Secret Empires. And in that book, he was the first to reveal, all the Biden family syndicate and their business and a lot of other corruption that all turned out to be true, but it didn't come out till years later. We were able to get to the bottom of all of it. And anyway, the Government Accountability Institute has been looking into what is now the funding of these radicals. We hear about AstroTurf. We know about paid protesters. How widespread is this, and is it a danger to the country? Now, anyway, Seamus Bruner's with us, Director of Research at the Government Accountability Institute, with Peter, author of Control Oligarchs. Andy Ngo is a journalist, well-known online, best known for reporting on Antifa and far-left extremism. He authored a book, Unmasked, Inside Antifa's Radical Plan to Destroy Democracy. It's fascinating. We've been hearing from Democrats, Antifa is not real. It doesn't exist. Now, both of them were invited to President Trump's roundtable on Antifa. I think it was last week. And both of them were questioned extensively about their knowledge, what they know about the funding of these organizations. And we welcome both of them to the program. Seamus Bruner, good to have you back. Andy Ngo, good to have you. Welcome aboard, both of you.
Thank you.
All right, Seamus, look, if there's no money behind it, and in a lot of these instances, you have AstroTurf or paid protesters, and then you have groups that have other agendas that want to agitate crowds and create a violent environment. I mean, that is a clear and present danger to cities and towns around the country. Your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly right, Sean. The Protest Industrial Complex, or Riot Inc., as we're calling it, and thank you for the shout-outs for Peter Schweitzer. You know, Sean, that we follow the money. Riot Inc. is extremely networked. It's very coordinated, and it is flush with cash. Over $100 million is what I told the president last week. We crunched the numbers, did a full cash analysis on this No Kings Day of Defiance this weekend. Of the dozens of organizations that are either official organizers or official partners, we have found almost $300 million coming from the very top.
All right. Oh, shit. What happened?
No kings, no billionaires. Well, that is who is backing the entire thing. We found, people, of course, like George Soros, but then you've also got Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Benioff, Salesforce, and even some foreign billionaires, people like George.
If you don't have any, if you don't have any penetration, pour freaking Coca-Cola on that shit.
funding it?
It'll eat that shit right up.
After 2020, and he told Jim Jordan in that letter that he wrote that he was out of that business and he felt like he was manipulated and lied to.
Well, he may not be funding right now this weekend, but the money that has flowed from his personal foundation, it's still in the coffers. I mean, this is over $50 million over the past 5 years. So if he stopped, and I know that Bill Gates has also said he stopped giving $10 million, $20 million, $30 million to the Tide and the Soros and Arabella funding networks, that money still can go a long way.
Yeah. Andy, I know you've been very active. You've been out and about.
So it's just a connection.
Your star has risen dramatically. Congratulations to you, in part because you courageously go out there and go amongst these groups of people, and you paid a very dear price for it back a while ago. You want to remind people what happened?
In 2019, whilst reporting in downtown Portland, I was ambushed in a mob, beaten, robbed, and punched repeatedly in the face and head, and suffered a brain bleed from that and nearly died. In 2021, also in downtown Portland, I was tackled to the ground and strangled, nearly choked out, barely survived that. And in both of those instances, nobody was ever arrested by the Portland police.
Andy, I got a question. Are you staying away from these protests this weekend?
I have. I unfortunately have learned through these near-death experiences that these militants are willing to kill people that they mock as so-called fascists and Nazis. They lie about their targets so that one of their unhinged comrades will take actions to kill. And that's the danger of Antifa. And I think people have a misperception that because they
got busy. All right.
They're really skinny.
Yeah, I pour Coca-Cola on there and tighten it up.
Weapons, and they work as a group that conspires to carry out.
Yeah, it looks like just corrosion.
Two alleged Antifa members in North Texas were just federally indicted yesterday with federal terrorism charges, which is the first time it's happened
Here we go.
in the US, by the way, amongst people accused of being part of an Antifa cell.
Seamus, they have officially been designated a terrorist organization, a domestic terrorist organization, and I believe rightly so. Will that deter them? And do you fear what I fear could happen this weekend?
I think it would. Well, it won't deter the crazies, but what it will deter is the funding mechanism.
Now we're heading to Costco.
In this, and
hopefully I'll be able to catch this turnaround. Man, it's fucking traffic.
Because, like you said, Mark Zuckerberg has pledged to not be funding these type of activities, these unrest in the streets and the protest orgs and stuff like that. Bill Gates just 6 months ago or so said he would not be funding the Arabella funding network anymore, and he has provided a couple $100 million in years past. So what this is, and then you might have seen recently, Mark Benioff, the Salesforce CEO, called for National Guard to come into San Francisco. That is a huge reversal. He got a lot of heat from the left for that. And so what?
Costco, Perrysburg.
Leadership is doing is drying up the funding sources. Now, as far as the chaos actors on the ground, the people who are unemployed or maybe secretly employed.
Does this not know U-turn too?
So I think there's still going to be.
Oh, fuck that. I'm doing a U-turn. Fuck
Don't
y'all.
worry about it here, but up in Portland,
Two U-turns in a row.
In Chicago, where the anti-ICE violent demonstrations have been going on.
Yeah, the cover really doesn't matter. It's just
as they have been in the weeks past.
Andy, let me go back to you. Fox News reporting today, federal grand jury indicted 2 alleged Antifa members with
loose and flappy
charges for a July 4th attack on the ICE facility in Texas. For the first time ever, the FBI
that's not nice. Funny, but not nice.
And charged these Antifa-aligned individuals with material support to terrorism, according to the FBI director.
So after I go to Costco, well, when I go inside Costco, I'm going to go ahead and end it, and then I'm going to run that stuff home that I get at Costco, and then I may do some dashing tonight. I got to make a few bucks. I'm not going to be able to dash tomorrow because we're babysitting. So.
For the Senate in Maine, one suggested online that violence is
color
a
sounds good.
means of achieving
Team players wanted.
And worse, Don Lemon, this just broke on Fox News before, suggesting that, quote, black and brown Americans, quote, of all stripes, quote unquote, should legally arm themselves in case immigration and customs enforcement agents show up at their doors.
What?
He said, you know, the left hook, clarifying he's not condoning or promoting violence, but he was tired of the niceties while ICE agents are rounding people up off the street. If you believe in the Second Amendment,
Wow.
you believe in the Constitution, black people, brown people, of all
well,
stripes,
illegals.
you're Indian American,
Oh, shit, here we go.
wherever you are, go out in your place where you live, get a gun legally. Well, I mean, what's
Hang on, I gotta check something. It may blink out for a second.
Protect himself, but I don't like it.
The implication is that left-wing political violence has become normalized and mainstream. In the last 12 months, there have been so many deadly attacks and attempted killings that people either aren't aware because of the lack of mainstream media coverage, or they've forgotten, or worse, they may think it's normal. You know, Trump supporters have been killed, like in Butler. Tesla stores were shot up and set on fire. There was the ICE facility in July in North Texas that was shot up in an ambush shooting. There was the killing of Charlie Kirk. There was the deadly attack on the ICE facility in Dallas. And I can go on and go on and go on. And I just wonder, at what point is it enough?
All right, we continue our preview of all of these protest rallies, the No Kings rallies expected around the country all weekend. Please be safe and secure. We'll have more with Seamus Bruner and Andy No on the other side. Then we'll get to your calls this Friday. 800-941-SEAN is our number.
While the mainstream media is asleep at the wheel, Hannity Watch is on the job, bringing you the news no one else can. Sean Hannity.
All right, we're back.
Has watching television gotten way more complicated than it used to be?
We're using a new call center now, and trying to get them up to speed on how the calls roll over to them.
A better way to TV.
They still seem a bit confused.
I get the channels I love: MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it, plus everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They better access the HBO Max Basic with ads plan, Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts,
That's
no
some fucking
surprise
heavy
fees,
traffic.
and just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. That's a total game changer. I signed up directly at philo.tv. That's philo.tv, so I can lock in the best price around. Philo is the easiest decision I've ever made. Now, the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
Gotta take the good with the bad. Sorry.
It's the only online protection you will ever need. Disclaimer: an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN.
So all I got to get is like toilet paper, milk, a couple of things I forgot to get last time I was there. Then I'm going to run it home.
And get 3 extra months.
Power's out, silence falls. The difference between surviving and scrambling is being prepared and staying discreet.
Okay, I got to tell her again. She's still on fucking WhatsApp.
2500X before Patriots gives you that edge. You free, silent, reliable solar power to run your fridge, freezer.
All right, she just realized it. All right. Jeez, lady.
Right now, for a limited time, you'll get an $800 solar.
There we go. There we go.
Whether sheltering in place or backing up fast, this is power you can count on to keep food, drinks, and medicine cold without ever needing ice.
Man.
That fast, there's only 2,500 available, and when they're gone, they're gone. Go to 4patriots.com. That's the number 4patriots.com to claim your free solar Go fridge plus 2 free solar packs.
I'm trying to see if they're willing to do some cop watching tonight.
If you're
Press
considering a 1031 or looking
if
for
press harder is
high-yield
willing to do it.
income starting at 8% without any of the hassles of management, you should consider Icon's new student housing and
Corn leather.
multifamily properties or the diversified Icon America Fund. Icon offers fully stabilized 1031 DST properties with in-place cash flow starting at 8%. Icon then adds immediate value-add improvements like washer dryer, covered parking, pickleball courts to drive rental growth. We've paid out over $150 million in monthly distributions over the last 18 years to thousands of investors. By eliminating broker-dealer commissions, Icon saves you 10%. Get completely out of all the hassles of management. Call 800-580-1031, 800-580-1031, or Icon1031.com. That's ready.
Ooh, it came back. Cool. I'm going to end it anyway. So if it disconnects again, I'm just going to end it. I'm almost at Costco. Like I said, I'm going to fire it back up. Either doing DoorDash or some cop watching tonight. Trying to figure out which.
We're not here to sit slowly and contemplate foam art. We're here to caffeinate, dominate, and do the job right. Black Rifle Coffee, veteran founded, American roasted. This is America's coffee. Grab the espresso compatible capsules at Walmart or online at walmart.com and blackriflecoffee.com. From espresso to espresso with grit. Thank you, Italy. But we'll take it from here.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you could donate real estate too?
This is Sirius XM Patriot, Channel 125.
I need to get gas too, but the fucking station. Oh my God, the gas station in this place is packed.
Our final moment, Seamus Bruner is with us, Director of Research, Government Accountability Institute. Andy No, journalist, best known for reporting on Antifa.
Wow.
We continue, our lead up to what is going to be probably a scary weekend in a lot of towns and cities, and that is the No Kings protests around the country. Seamus, all these years I've known you, and all these years I've known Peter, and it just keeps getting worse. You would think after the 2024 election, the closing argument, racist, Nazi, fascist, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, that they might have learned something, but they don't. And it just seems to be getting worse every day. If you listen to Pritzker and Brendan Johnson and a lot of these other elected officials, I'm like, what part of the environment we're living in are you people not understanding? Because there comes
all right, guys.
We got to say,
I'll check you out later. I'll show you my shirt. I don't know how many of you actually watch Crowder, but strange animal.
I mean, at what point are they being motivated by elected
Later,
officials
guys.
that are insane?
You're completely right, Sean. And unfortunately,